Lego Pirates is back, and today, guys, I'm here with Cheesy Studios at Brickworld Chigago, and we're going to dive into the new Eldorado Fortress. What is the set number on this? It's
10320. Yes,
there you go.
That's pretty good.
So this got dropped out of nowhere today. None of us knew about it was coming. So it's going to be $215, and it comes out July 7th. It's a very great looking set, though. So it has 2,509 pieces that come with it, and it's big. I mean, that's a good looking set there for $215.
Totally.
What are thoughts about this right off the bat?
I mean, the thing that excites me the most about this set in particular, it reminds me a lot of Forceman's Hideout, the gift with purchase from last year, just because it is a very faithful recreation of an iconic set, the original Eldorado Fortress,
yes,
which is a classic. You know, and like that they chose to do this, you know, not too long after Pirates of Barracuda Bay is amazing. You can tell here too, by the watercolor, these sets are meant to go together to create some epic pirate battles. And I've told Brad this a few times already, but the fact that the base plate has been remade out of regular bricks is so phenomenal. I mean, you got the cobble texture, the ramp, it's so faithful. And I think, even though I did not grow up in this era of anything, I can respect, like, the designer clearly grew up in this era.
Yeah.
It has there's a lot of love poured into this that really all calls back to that original set.
It's so amazing. I know how much you love raised base plates, but I'm kind of glad they didn't go with that path,
totally.
because there's so much more you can do, and I'm guessing underneath that, I don't think I've seen any photos of what's underneath all that, but I'm guessing there's some secret rooms and stuff.
Interior. There's just a lot of potential with that.
Yeah.
And of course, as a more collector's item than Eldorado Fort, the original was ever intended to be.
Yes.
I mean, this just elevates it, right? You got all these
for
pieces.
sure.
The texture here is so much better.
Can I just say it's really nice you can actually put minifigures on the ramp this time?
That's a huge thing. It's not a giant slide anymore.
Because it looks cool, but it's so impractical when you think about it.
Exactly.
The other big note is they added a ship in this time, and I feel like you can't have a pirate set without some sort of cool boat, especially since we haven't really gotten Imperials lately. That's really cool to me. I think this is the set I thought was first, like you got a fortress and then a pirate ship, but it's nice because it's like, hey, you actually got a small ship and a fortress to go against your big Barracuda Bay, which is just a fantastic set and a hulking set at that too.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, side note here, I love that they brought back the plastic flags. Like, you can't go wrong with that. Like, that is such an iconic piece of classic castles, classic pirates, is having those big, chunky plastic flags, and it looks so good.
I'm sure that's a print too.
Oh, it is.
I mean, that's a great thing too. Like the original set obviously had a lot of printed pieces, but they've tried to accomplish that with brick built detailing. In this case, especially for the brickwork on the fortress itself. And I like stuff like that. You know, as someone who likes to build, like we all have printed pieces, but this is so much more authentic to the Lego experience. And I guess talking about printed pieces too, we get the printed fabric sails, which is always great to see. Just because we don't get a lot of those in modern Lego. We've been doing a lot more of the vinyl pieces lately, which just have a cheaper feel to them. This is just so classic Lego. And
it's a good throwback to that theme too. It's very, when you look at this set, you don't think, oh, this is a new remake. It's, oh, literally I could have bought this during this time period and it would have looked just fine with that rest of that collection.
Totally.
But there's some really cool details in there. One figure I want to go to in particular is the Governor Burnside, I'm pretty sure his name is, that they brought back. I think they call him the Admiral in this set. He was an officer in the original sets for this era of pirates, and the fact that they brought him back to go against Redbeard is just amazing. And it's, you know, for those people who love the inner lore and the inner work, like action characters, I think you can also play in Lego Racers, if I remember right.
Oh, yeah?
I think so. I might be wrong.
I believe that. Lego Racers is wild.
Oh, yeah. they literally added any character you could think of.
So
but having him come back to me is a big deal because it just connects that just a little bit more. So I love to see that. The figures in themselves, I feel like the pirates, kind of what we've been getting. You get that same pirate torso that we've gotten, like 500 different. I mean, we got it in the 3-in-1 castle too, which is not great, but whatever. And then there's that new female pirate who also looks really good too. You also get, what does it look like, 4 Imperial soldiers there?
Yes.
Oh, 5.
Whoop, yeah,
oh, 5.
There's 8 minifigures altogether.
So you get 5 and an officer. from the looks of it.
Yeah.
And then 2 of them have the triangular hats with long hair attached to them, kind of like we saw in Barracuda Bay for the first time. Actually, I think we saw it in the CMF figure first. I might be wrong about that.
The Admiral's hat, though, looks fantastic. We got some white. I wonder if that's that. Judging by the white that I'm seeing underneath, that might be dual molded.
I think you're right.
Either white with black printing, or
I think it might be white with black printing.
that would be the conservative. I mean, it's gonna be great no matter what. To see a brand new version of that hat, it looks awesome.
I love it. And I also love that this set, you can tear it apart in a way. Like, it comes into sections there.
An advantage of not having the singular 32 by 32 base plate.
Because you can have a little side dock, it looks like, and you can connect them in different ways. You got a couple towers, you got the crane. So if you want to, like the 90th anniversary castle, display it in a giant line, you can do that.
It looks so intimidating when it's actually spread out like that too. And that's what's great too, because Barracuda Bay obviously had that ability to to display it in different ways, and this very much has that too. It is still a playset, and I think that there's a lot of appeal in that.
It's an adult playset.
Adult playset. Hey, I'll be playing with this.
Oh my! I mean, it's the same thing that I felt about the Galaxy Explorer and the 90th anniversary castle. You get them, and you just want to play with them, but at the same time, as an adult, you can display them and enjoy that look too.
Totally.
I'm loving. You get a prison in there. You'll get the Admiral's office, as they call it. You get some gates, so it's like you actually have to go through the gates to get to the rest of the fortress. Going back to that boat, looks like for a small boat, that's a great design. We looked into it. It doesn't look like it's based off of any other ones. That is an Imperial ship from the looks of it. The closest one was an Imperial
flagship. But yeah, even then, like, this seems to be an upgraded version of this. The original Eldorado Fortress came with a red single mold boat, and this seems to just be a heavily enhanced version of that. It doesn't look like there's any cannons or anything on there. It's mostly for transport, but it's better than just getting another little boat. And so that was a nice little upgrade. I think the other thing I noticed too, there seems to be more palm trees in this version of the set, and no one's going to complain about that. Maybe we should take a look at that, what the original, just one in the original. I think the biggest change that I like that they did stylistically from this, there's a lot less yellow in the new version, focusing more on the whites. They still have the yellows. Obviously, that's such an important part of this era of pirates and
especially the blue Imperials, because all their stuff had yellow in it.
Yeah, it's just it's much more balanced.
I agree.
This time around, which is always a good thing to see.
But yeah, I'm really loving what they're doing with this set. I don't know, it's so much fun to look at. I am sad. There is one big thing that they didn't bring back. There's no original monkey. There's the new monkey, but like
a shadow of its former self.
Exactly.
We can dream. The minifigure armed monkey is a thing of beauty. It really is. I'll be curious to see more pictures of this in the future, because I feel like what LEGO has given us is only a taste, because there really is going to be things, like you said, going on underneath. The interior, we really have no idea what's happening on the interior of this thing. And I'm hoping there's lots more Easter eggs to the era of pirates. And
I'm hoping there's fun stuff in the instruction booklets. I looked at Barracuda Bay instruction booklets, 90th anniversary castle. They have fun stuff from the designers, but they also have lore and bits and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And so to me, it's like, if you actually played that in, if LEGO saw how well that did for those last 2 sets, I think this would honestly do such a good job in the long run. But I mean, it's for us people who enjoy that type of thing.
Totally. Oh man, it's been so great to have like these 90th anniversary sets, these remakes, and obviously it's a cash grab by LEGO, and they're totally abusing our sentimental thoughts towards all these things. But I'm here for it.
Look, I would rather them keep doing this, because that feels like a better cash grab for me than I don't know, another Star Wars set. I don't hate the Star Wars line, but like I'd rather keep getting these.
So, question for you. So we've got castle, we got space, we got pirates. What's next?
Adventures.
I'm sorry, but that is a good one.
We got Indiana Jones this year, so I don't know. I feel like in GWP world, we would get adventures. But there's so much to do. Like, I feel like we've gotten a pretty good summarization. You got the soldiers and the pirates. And that's like what we wanted from pirates. So we got both sides from that. I think castle, there's so much more.
Villains, yeah. I mean, there's
like Black Knights and Wolfpack, especially.
Wolfpack would be really insane to see, because we only saw a taste of what that could be. And
oh my gosh.
People would eat it up.
Exactly, and people would, because it's a top 5 factions right now.
It's insane.
And so that I could see. Space, like we got Blacktron and Classic Space, but I'm saying like Space Police needs to come back.
Oh, totally.
There's all of those original ones, and I think
M-Tron would be awesome to see. I know they're not going to bring back magnets, but
true. But thought. So we got Castle in Space last year. We technically got Pirates the year before, or maybe the year before that. I think it was 2020. I can't remember. It's been a bit.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. That should have stayed on sale
So
longer.
I'm wondering if we're going to get another set like this next year. So maybe next year we get Castle, the year after we get Space, because like
We could dream.
I think that's the
It's obviously working for them.
the biggest question I know I'm about to get is, do we see a Pirates line coming back? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I can see them being like, hey, we're going to keep giving you these big icon sets, which is great for the people who have that money, but it sucks because the people who aren't going to be able to get like a $50 Castle
Totally.
set. You know, I can definitely see some GWPs coming out here soon, but
And that is the sad thing because I mean, we were looking through like the original Pirate sets.
yes.
Half of them, 60% of them are sets that were like literally $5.
And that's why so many kids had them and have a connection to that. Because a lot of people would get those tiny, I mean, I think they're called impulse buy sets growing up.
like
they're
boxes this big.
They're so great. And it's like, yeah, we can get CMFs and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, those impulse buy sets like made those kids' childhood and made them connected to Lego in a way that they wanted to keep going. So I don't know, but
This is going to end up being an impulse buy for a lot of people. Let's be real.
Is this a day one buy for you? I know you're part of land, so it's like, you know, if you
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's so weird because like Pirates is not something I had growing up, but I
Yes.
feel so strongly towards it, especially after like looking into it. And I inherited a few Pirate sets from older relatives, and there's something really special and charming. It's so authentically Lego about the playful natures, the playful nature, playful colors in these sets. You know, like even though Pirates in real life, you know, is something really terrifying, Lego presents it in such a way that is so fun and whimsical. And I love the creativity and just the simplicity too. And I've talked about this before, that you find in the original Pirates line. The fact that it really encouraged you to build up your own Pirates world and make your own stories. And that's what I love to see in something like this. And that's what gets me excited about this again, you know? Like,
Yeah.
And even, like you said, like with the instructions, like the build experience on this is going to probably be utterly delightful.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Because there's going to be things buried away underneath that maybe you won't even see once the model is completed, but it's going to be there for you to build.
Well, I mean,
that
it's like in
model.
the 90th anniversary castle, there's all those cool hidden rooms.
Yeah.
But you don't know about them until you build them.
it.
And it's so cool.
That's such a treat.
I
And
think,
so I almost like them not showing
Yes.
the interior. Because
Yes.
especially as someone who reviews stuff on YouTube, like it's so boring to make a review where everything pans out the way you expected it to. And it's boring to watch a review where, oh, okay, that's kind of what I thought the set was going to look like. Thanks for showing me. And so I'm excited that there's guaranteed to be surprises.
oh yeah. It's just looking beautiful. And I think when it comes, I also love, I was just looking at this, it's all enclosed. Like you have to go through those front gates. They got
Totally.
fortifications. They got the gun holes there. Like the crane also, such a good upgrade. Like that, that looks like it's picking up stuff.
I gotta look back at the original.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's amazing. So
like-
they've upgraded where it needs upgrades, but it's obviously, I mean, the layout's identical.
It's exactly what you would want. And that's, I think there's times we get scared with these sets of what are they going to do with it? What are they going to take? What are they going to put in? And I think they put in everything they needed to, but upgraded it enough.
Totally.
I will say though, I think the one sad thing about this set coming out, Barracuda Bay is about to be a very expensive set to get your hands on because people are going to want the set of both of them. And I know
Should've
you
bought
want that one.
earlier. Yep. Oops.
I will be interested to see how much the original Eldorado, like we've seen with the Blacktron Cruiser and all those, will go up. I don't know. Hopefully might see one here this weekend and I can pick it up for myself, but I don't think that's the case. But
It's gonna be like 500. That'd be pretty cheap.
I don't even know how much
honestly,
it's going for now.
I'm scared to look. 2,000 sealed. That's
So, okay, we just looked it up, 2,000 sealed and used is about 200. Now look, I'd be willing to pay for that. Jeez, it's selling up in the thousands on
300 average on currently for sale. Let's check our U.S. location here
Yep.
first. Okay, 265, 100% complete with 3 extra parts.
I might need to pick that up right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's significantly cheaper than the next, but you're looking at about 300.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the U.S. right now, and I think those
one is sealed for not even $2,000.
That's a bargain. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Any last thoughts about this set?
Obviously, $215 is a lot, but compare that to things like even the castle.
Yes.
That was twice as much nearly. So I think this is a more reasonable price point. You're definitely getting a lot of pieces. I mean, price per part, it's wonderful. I think this is worth the price of admission. And I love to see just that faithfulness to the original, because that's going to get a lot of people really excited.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait to see the comparison videos that come out too.
I can't wait for that. That's going to be amazing. And I do have to say, like, the boat was a nice touch. The original didn't have that, but the new one, they added that. And it's like, again, it's something you want to see in the set. I don't know. I'm going to sing praises of this, and I'm going to build it, and I'm going to put it right next to my Barracuda Bay and have a great display. And the fact it comes apart, we're just looking at the images right here.
It's like drooling over it. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, technically you can make a harbor out of it. Like, it's great. I can't say anything else about it. I think figures, how do you feel about them?
I mean, the figure, similar to what I thought with Barracuda Bay. I mean, I think the originals are better. I don't think these they're a little, they're,
look like the 2015 ones, honestly.
They do. And they're fine. But I mean, not getting printing on the helmets and stuff. You know, they're totally fine figures. Especially the hair hat combo for the tricorn hat, that's great stuff.
Get that in blonde and brown. Like that's pretty nice.
But the figures aren't anything too crazy.
No.
There's no leg printing, I'm sure, at all in this set or anything like that. But the figures are not why you're gonna buy this set. It's because we're gonna buy this set because we're like crazy nostalgic and we want this on our shelves.
And also we're classic theme fans and
there's a lot to love here.
Oh yeah. I will say my favorite out of all of them, the Admiral. You can't go wrong with him. Again, with him being a named character, like it wins brownie points. If you name a character in Lego, I'm like, okay, now I'm a sucker for him. But like
I gotta figure out what's going on with that hat.
I think it's white.
Printing.
I think it's black printing. I think it's a white undertone with black printing. And
it's gotta be. But
nice touch. Looking at his face, he's older in this one because I'm pretty sure he had a little more black in his beard.
That'd be kind of a fun little.
And because they did the same thing with Barracuda Bay, because Redbeard actually is starting to have gray in his. So to me, it's like time has passed, and I think it's the same time period as Barracuda Bay. So
awesome stuff.
All right, well, I don't got anything else great to say about. Go look at the set. Tell us what you think in the comments down below. And as always, you can get shirts, amazing shirts like this from Brick Monarch Shop. Use code BRICKING10 for 10% off. Thank you for coming on here and talking with me. This is great, and more stuff to come about this.